Here we go. Gentlemen, week 9 in the books. Stick Up Kids remain up at the top of the leaderboard. Really, I think at this point in the season, you can start to see the cream rise to the top, and Taylor just, wading deep in shit down there at the bottom, really, with no hope. But let's we can all come together as a nation, as a RMOG nation, as a nation, not of red and blue MOG, but just of one MOG, So I'm going to try to avoid as much divisive talk, and just kind of, try to talk fantasy football, I guess. That's a fun distraction for us sometimes. Though I will say winning is becoming a bit of a punishment each week rather than a reward, because it just takes a lot of time and effort. And I don't even know how much you guys care about this. But anyway, let's get into it. Again, I'm going to do the same worst to first, just talk about each team, and then we'll close together in prayer. Taylor, I mean, it's settled at this point, I think. Just where will your billboard be? What are you going to do with your billboard? What kind of messaging are you going to have? I know you're probably hoping that you had some Fisher's popcorn and like an Orange Crush in these tough times to provide some comfort, but I mean, you lost. You are the Duns at this point. So, best of luck. Make the best out of your punishment, I guess. Lee, I don't know what's happening. You're falling down the standings here, and I don't really see a lot of hope of making it to the playoffs. I mean, you got Rodgers, but there's really not a lot after that. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's about to be the trade deadline. Make some moves, flip something, throw some shit at the wall, see what sticks. It's going to be tough. It's not over, but, it's close. Rich, man, you have been fired up and stressed out and all over the place. It's interesting. The keyboard warrior, gets real polite when we talk face to face, and I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying, what is this really about for you? Why are you so angry? What kind of pain exists within you that you need to, try to hurt people with some personal attack? I don't know, but yeah, I mean, your trades are trash most of the time. I don't know what you're doing, but they kind of have worked out so far, I guess. Not really. I don't think you really have any chance to make the playoffs either. But, more than anything, just like, does it serve you to just like be a weird, aggressive, angry person? It probably just pushes away what you actually want in life. So anyway, just do some reflection, insight. I'm happy to talk anytime, by the way. Ganzon, I really needed you to beat Tom. This is 2 weeks in a row that Tom has squeaked by with a piss poor performance and still got that W. I know you wanted it. I know that, if you could have got that W, you would have. Tom Brady, damn, that was a fucking tough game. Overall, I think you still got a chance. So, I don't know. Trade deadline again. Let's start making some moves, guys. Freak, you're coming up. You were pretty low, right around the birth of your daughter, and then now, you're up in the middle of the pack, right around where I think the contender pretender line is. So I think you have a chance. I think you got to win a couple here to do that, and it's not impossible. So good luck to you. Brett, I think you have a really good team. I wish that maybe there was a little more engagement sometimes, but I get it. I know we're all busy people. I think the Clyde Edwards-Helaire, pick looks worse and worse every week, unfortunately. But you have a lot of other good players on your roster. I don't think you're out of this by any means. You're a classic example of just getting into the playoffs is kind of what the goal should be right now, and then what may happen will happen. So really interesting that you chose to go with Cam over Breeze, though, in our matchup. Not that it would have helped you anyway, but I think you do. You know that from our last conversation. You know Black Lives do matter now, and you gave Cam a chance. So, um, Will, I love sneaking that W, just like a Josh Allen 1 yard plunge. I guess that's the unfortunate thing about owning every back in the Bills offense is, only one of them can score, and how many points are the Bills really putting up each week. But, I mean, I got to say, it just keeps happening. Will's Bills, you just look at the roster, it's just, Tom's wet dream. So maybe that would be a cool team name for you too in the future. But yeah, man, I mean, do your thing. I want you to make the playoffs because I'm not afraid of your team at all. I really feel like I'd beat the wheels off your shitty squad. So come on into the offs and then get wiped. Chris, I guess maybe the only political thing I would say is I love your political takes, by the way. I just, I respect you as a person. I like you as a friend, and I think we just view a lot of things very differently. But you said one thing. You said that like people are just like running amok and just destroying shit, because they didn't get their way. I think that's like super reductive and really harmful. I would suggest that you just have more empathy with what the other side sees. I don't justify any kind of like vandalism or violence or anything like that, of course. But I have a little empathy with people that you watch people that look like you get murdered over and over and over again. I mean, at some point, I think there needs to be some kind of revolt and rebellion. Not that they're doing that the right way in Portland. I think DC is actually a much better example of like what that protest can look like, and it still be productive. But anyway, and it's like, people were peacefully protesting and they got fucking tear gassed so that Donald Trump could stand up, with a Bible in front of a church he's never been to and say, take a picture of me. That shit is ridiculous. You got to be able to look at both sides and be objective about it. JT, Antonio Gibson, Juju, I hope these guys get a little bit better for you. Again, you're another team and your roster looks good. We'll see what happens though. Ryan, staying active, tons of trades, flip. Hopefully it's just not like one flip too many. You have a great stable of backs. It looks like this quarterback's better than DiNucci, so maybe that'll help Zeke. But at this point, I'm not too afraid of the squad. I don't think that there's a big chance of the getting money kids, getting money boys, repeating. So I hope not, at least, because Ryan at the top is, we voted out our tyrant, right? So let's get some new blood up at the top. Scott, I think what comes down for me, one, owning David Montgomery is hell, and I think you're experiencing that. I'm just curious about how shooting blanks is going to affect your squad, the Heatmakers, as we get into the playoffs. Confidence is key in the playoffs, and just like limp dick is not helpful for confidence, of course. So, Tom, you like get so fucking fired up. Do you yell at your baby? Do you like yell at your wife? What environment do you have where you can express yourself besides the RMOG chat? Because you seem to have conversations with yourself a lot in the chat, and I'm just wondering like where that energy goes outside of the RMOG chat. I really do. I care about each and every one of you. I'm obviously closer to some people than others, but I am open to discussion. I think we get a little too political in RMOG, but I think there is, a real purpose to being different so that we can, find better understanding, find new perspectives on things. So when I ask an honest question, I would love to hear the conservative side of RMOG's viewpoints on Trump, claiming that election was stolen from him and that he really won. I really do want to know what you think about that. I'm not trying to fight you. I'm not trying to argue with you. I think it would be helpful for me to understand, the other side. So when Rich goes off the fucking rails, it's just like, what are we doing? Nobody in the chat wants to communicate anymore. It's just gotten weird kind of. So, let's take care of each other rather than being just like dicks for no reason. I don't know. I'm 34 now. I don't feel like I want to just fight and argue with you guys constantly. I mean, we can do that every once in a while. We can dig on each other, but I don't know. Is that what this is about? I think there's a better way we can spend our time together. But anyway, love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this short clip of Harp at the end of the video. Thanks for sticking around, and stick up kids coming for that chip. All right, Harpy, go. Go, go, go. Come on. Do it, do it. Yes! Yes! All right, we'll do one more time, okay?